Best month for stock market in 5 years. The Nasdaq's up over 15%. The S&P 500 up more than 10%. The Dow added another 7%. So why does it feel like the housing market is heading in the opposite direction? I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. The April numbers tell two very different stories. On one hand, the stocks went on a tear. The Nasdaq just posted its best 13-day winning streak since 1992. 84% of S&P 500 companies are beating earnings estimates. Investors are smiling. On the other hand, existing home sales fell 3.6% in March. That's a 9-month low. Building permits, which tell us how much new construction is coming, dropped 10.8% in a single month. They are down 7.4% from a year ago. Builders are pulling back. Buyers are nervous, and the median existing home price barely moved, sitting at $408,800. That is only 1.4% higher than a year ago. So what do we do with that? If you only watch the stock market, you might think everything is fine. If you only watch the housing market, you might think we're in trouble. But here is what I've learned in over 4 decades in the mortgage and finance world. You cannot make good decisions based on either of those alone. You have to know your numbers. Let me give you an example. I sat down with a couple on Zoom last week. They had a $650,000 mortgage at 6.75%. 2 car loans, a line of credit, and some credit card debt. They were rolling each month. They looked at their stock account, which had a great April, and they felt rich. But when we calculated the household blended interest rate, the actual rate they were paying across all their debt, it was over 9%. Their portfolio was making them feel wealthy. Their debt structure was quietly making them poor. Their portfolio was making them feel wealthy. Their debt structure was quietly making them poor. Did you hear that? This is why strategy beats rate always. A great month on Wall Street does not change your monthly cash flow. A 2.7% core inflation reading does not change what you owe. And the Fed deciding to hold rates steady at 3.5 to 3.75% does not change the fact that most American families have never sat down and looked at the 3 numbers that matter more than anything Wall Street did last month. Number 1, what is your credit score? Not what was it 2 years ago. What is it doing today, and which direction is it moving? rsrlinks.com/FICO. rsrlinks.com/FICO. Number 2, what is your monthly budget actually doing? Not what you think you spend, what the numbers show. rsrlinks.com/keysteps. That's rsrlinks.com/keysteps. Number 3, what are your assets and your blended interest rate working? What are your assets? And is your blended interest rate working for you or against you? I bring this up the week after Mother's Day because Americans were expected to spend $34.1 billion on Mother's Day this year. $6.8 billion on jewelry alone, $6.3 billion on brunch and dinner. And listen, I'm all for celebrating mom. I did. But the strongest financial move you can make for your family is not a velvet box. It's a clear picture of where your money is going. Here's the thing about a strong market. It's a great time to look honestly at your finances because the noise dies down. Fear is not pushing you. Panic is not pushing you. You can think clearly, and in a year where housing is cooling, inflation is sticky, and the Fed is sitting on its hands, clear thinking is your edge. That's why I offer rsrlinks.com/keysteps. rsrlinks.com/keysteps. It's not a fancy calculator. It's a clean place to track your credit, your budget, and your assets in one spot. So when you have a conversation with me or your CPA, financial planner, or you walk in with the actual numbers, not guesses, not feelings, numbers. Because here's the truth. Eligibility tells you what a lender will let you do. Suitability tells you what is actually right for you. And the only way to know what is right for you is to know your numbers first. Head over to rsrlinks.com/keysteps. Set up your credit monitoring, log your budget, and track your assets. It is free, it is simple, and it will give you a clear picture in 15 minutes than most people have had in 15 years. It's rsrlinks.com/keysteps. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to the Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrwealthbuilder.com. That's rsrwealthbuilder.com.